So today I kept my topic as beyond breath holding because it's really fascinating as a yoga student, as a yoga teacher. It's really interesting because why yogis, they prefer cold weather or Himalaya to further deep meditation. They go under the cave and they slow down the breath and they stay for longer time. And same like the hibernating, I mean, animals, mammals, they also during the cold condition, they hibernate, they go under the pit, they go to silent place and stay for so many days. And both hold, we also hold the breath, and mammals, animals, they can hold the breath for so many hours. So it's interesting as a yogi, as a yoga person, we whatever related to breath, we should explore more, we should understand more, because see, breath is the one where we can hold it, we can make it short, we can make it longer, we can do many things. Breath has directly impact on our heart, kidney, stomach, everything. So especially during this pandemic time, COVID time, yoga is making so much impact, right? So of course we are not able to take the physical classes, many studios we are not able to open, but still, thanks to technology, online classes, we are serving the community. This is really wonderful because so many people have recovered from their anxiety, shortness of breath, chest pain, oxygen, lungs health. You can see in social media and all these, do this pose, keep the pillow here, keep the pillow under the thigh, your oxygen level increase. Really, it is good to see that people are more aware of yoga and more giving importance on yoga because of this pandemic. And some of the social media, you can also, you might have seen that, hold your breath for 20-30 seconds, your COVID will go. All this information really made me to think on that, because as we know, as yogis, we know the how we have to do the breath holding, what is the importance. But for public, it is very, I request not to start the breath holding, because there are so many other practices, because this is not a test for COVID. Breath holding is not the test for COVID. It is nothing to do with COVID test, because there are many swimmers, they can hold for 2-3 minutes, right? It is does not mean that they are free from corona. So if you are positive or negative, you have to do a test, PCR test. But breath holding has so much other benefits, right? So it is good for the lungs, it is good for the neurons, it is good for the lymphatic system, red blood cells, many things. But it is not the test for COVID, right? So let's see, let me share a few things. Let me application. I'm not used to the Cisco. Okay, window. So because yeah, animals, they also hold the breath for longer time. Some animals, some mammals, they can hold it for in hours. But the objective is different. For them, it is survival. But for us, it may be the higher practice. We can convert the breath into intellectual energy. We can, for the higher practice we are using. But anyhow, the mechanism, the purpose of all this slowness of breath holding is actually for the survival, right? Because see, without minimum oxygen, with less oxygen, how we can maintain our tissue health, right? Even you can see the meditators, they can meditate longer time, but there is no tissue damage, no brain damage, right? Even for the hibernating mammals also, they for longer days they stay, but no tissue damage, no brain damage. They came up with a very, they transform. So it's very interesting for us to understand, if you slow down the breath, we can overcome the lack of oxygen, right? Because this COVID has made us so much, news on, lack of oxygen, shortage of breath. Therefore, it will be very useful if we slow down the breath and we can survive without oxygen, right? So can you go for next one, please? So let's see what happens when you hold the breath. What happens when you hold the breath? Your CO2, carbon dioxide, your blood shows high CO2 and low oxygen level, right? But what we do, we train. Yogis, we know, we do bandhas, we do ratio, all this ratio we do, so that we train the brain and lungs to show resistance, tolerance against high CO2 and carbon dioxide, right? So gradually we practice. So therefore, these brain and lungs, so we gradually train so that we can withstand this effect, carbon dioxide, high carbon dioxide, O2 decrease. So this is how we manage. But many things, we think that carbon dioxide is the waste, right? Carbon dioxide is the waste, but this is not the case. Carbon dioxide is not the waste. Carbon dioxide is very essential to transport oxygen inside the cells. Okay, it transports. It helps us to help cells to receive more oxygen. That is why you can see the meditators or even the hibernating animals, without food, without oxygen, they can stay, right? Even you can see the meditators, they breathe less to 2 to 3 per minute, right? So what does mean? That shows oxygen if is also less, even if carbon dioxide is also more, that means our cells shows enough oxygen, right? So can you go for next one, please? So therefore, carbon dioxide is the last waste product. So yogis realize that if they hold the breath, if you increase the carbon dioxide also, nothing is going to impact on cells. So therefore, what is the key for us? What key we use in yoga? Very important, slow breathing, long exhalation, and diaphragmatic activation, right? So we breathe slow, we exhale more, and we activate diaphragm. So let me see slow breathing. Slow is the key. Please, you have to breathe literally slow. So slow you breathe, you'll get maximum benefits. More you breathe, we get less benefits. See, many of us say we breathe deeply, deep breath in and out. So what we do, we practice, right? We do even in Anulom Vilom also, we take more breath in and out. So this way, has got less impact on brain and lungs. We can able to, slow down the breath, or we are not able to do much impact on brain and lungs. So key is what? You have to breathe literally slow. Slow means what? You have to feel that you are not taking breath in, that much slow you have to breathe. So that's why, ocean breath or Ujjayi breath, where we constrict the glottis, and if you can hold, you can notice here, you are breathing less. You are restricting the breath right here. You are breathing less. So breathe less and get more benefits. This is the idea. Okay. So this is why when you slow breathe, you can control more on brain and lungs. And if you breathe slowly, you can give more oxygen to your blood cells, and for your blood than cells. Okay, if you breathe slowly, you can give more oxygen to your cells. So that's why you can see meditators or the hibernating animals, they breathe slowly, right? Meditators, they breathe, we know, right? There are many things, research work have been done, 3 to 4 minutes or 2 to 3 breaths per minute, all this. So what does that mean? So if you breathe slowly, definitely your cells will have enough oxygen. Say now you are breathing, say you are taking only say 3 seconds to take one breath in. But what we do, if you extend for say 10 seconds, that means you are giving more oxygen to your cells, right? So that's what it is good for the Kevala Kumbhaka. Yogis, We know what is Kevala Kumbhaka and all this, right? So breath can stop in between inhalation and exhalation. So same this Kevala Kumbhaka happens to us, for us also, normal being also. When you are deeply merged with some work, or when you are walking, or when you are watching the TV. But this is very short. This is very short. But meditators, they can extend this period for longer time. So when you can extend this cessation for longer time, you can focus more, you can merge, you can go into more deeper. So therefore, for this Kevala Kumbhaka, this slow breathing helps. So the key is very important. We have to breathe literally slow. Literally slow. Can you go for second one, please? Long exhalation. This is very important. Longer you exhale, you'll get more benefits. Okay. Long exhalation triggers, vagus nerve. Long exhalation triggers vagus nerve. So vagus nerve, we know it impacts on heartbeat, it acts on metabolism, and it brings relaxation response. You feel more relaxed. So therefore, it's very important you have to exhale more. That's why yogis, we know we maintain the ratio like, exhale, 2 raised to, we know that. We exhale more. And very important for the meditators, deep meditators, see one thing we have to import, when you slow down the breath, when you hold the breath, there's a chance of heart can damage or brain cells can break. Okay, right? Therefore, we are training. What we are doing, we are training. We are exhaling more. So when you exhale more, this triggers the vagus nerve. This acts on your heart. It acts on your metabolism. That's why, these yogis, they can, without food, without water, they can stay for longer time, even for the animals also. Why? Because you are slowing down the breath, you are exhaling more. Naturally, your demand will be less. Okay. And third one is diaphragmatic activation. So this is where we are lack actually, diaphragmatic activation, because most of us are chest breathers, short breathers. And when you are anxious, when you are stressful, we breathe through the chest, right? That means we use only 20 to 30% of our lungs. We are not activating the whole lungs, especially the lower lobes and backside. So lower lobes is the where actually the infection starts, where most capillaries are there, especially this COVID time. So diaphragmatic breathing is very important. There are, I think, 3-4 things it does. One is actually diaphragmatic breathing brings it, it activates the vagus nerve. There is a strong connection between vagus nerve and diaphragmatic. It activates the vagus nerve. Second thing is it activates the lower lobes. You can activate lower lobes of the lungs. Better inflammatory, anti-inflammatory reaction happens when you activate the lower lobes. Your lungs become more healthier. You will expand more. Your lung capacity will increase, right? And third thing is, pressure difference. When you move your diaphragm in and out, pressure difference will be more between lungs and the abdominal cavity, right? So more is the pressure difference, and more will be the movement of blood circulation from here to here. So all this happens when you activate the diaphragm, right? And it's very important. But in asana also, especially in Viparita Karaniya, you hardly use chest. You are not activating the belly. So all pose, you can see the Om meditation. When you exhale more, when you compress your belly, you can exhale more, right? So it's very important. Diaphragmatic activation is very important. Can you go for the next one, please? Okay, so therefore, say I told you the diaphragmatic activation. The swimmers, deep sea divers. So they have so much. They have to face so much and challenging system. Challenges when they do swimming, undergo inside the water. They face lack of oxygen. So therefore, they are training. Okay, so what is actually the fight and flight? Right, when suddenly jump into the water, suddenly our system heart rate increases. It is a fight and mechanism, because something is some danger is happening. So they are training on that. They are training on the fight and fight mechanism. So second challenge for them, for the swimmers is, when they go inside, suddenly what happens? Their reflex, immediately the reflex starts and it diverts more blood into the important organs like lungs, heart, kidney, all these, and reduce the blood supply to the peripheral area, hands and all this. So this is what the mammalian dive reflex. For mammals, they used to eat, but for the swimmers, they are not used to it. So they are training on that. So therefore, there are nowadays there are training that if you go inside the water, you can relax because it slow down the heart, slow down everything, and you feel more relaxation. Okay. And third encounter they have to face is lock. Diaphragm become, your abdomen will become lock. It locks their diaphragm. So spasm, right? So they have to train on that also. So therefore we do Uddiyana Bandha, we train the abdominal muscles, we do so much precautions. That's why it's very interesting, as I told you, as a yoga person, as a yoga teacher, we have to see what kind of training they are doing. One area is swimmers. You can approach, it's not just for the project work, but you can approach the deep sea divers, swimmers, how they train, what kind of system they are trained, because they can hold 2 to 3 minutes. You can see actually they can hold it longer time, but they do some kind of training. Even I don't know what kind of training. So as a research person, of course, you are here, please look into this and see what they are teaching, what kind of training, how yoga can help them. I'm sure yoga, many research work on swimmers, but this is the area. Can you go for next one, please? And even for the mount climbers also. Can you go for the next one, please? Yeah. So that's why it's very important. We have to understand how mammals goes inside the deep. There are so much, they can hold it for longer time. Sea turtle, the bear, squirrel, all these, they slow down the breath and control everything. The idea is to face lack of oxygen, right? So can you go for next one, please? I'll make it shorter again. Yeah. Next one. Yeah. Yeah, that's what happens when you do when they go for hibernation, and which is similar to the effect of meditation, right? When you do meditation, of course, meditation concept is different, all right? But hibernation is also the concept. Impact is same. In meditation, your body temperature goes down, your heart rate goes down, you are slow down the breath, low metabolic rate. That's why you are not feeling hungry, you are not feeling thirst, and there is less demand for the oxygen. This is the key, right? This is very important. Less, you can see, reduce tissue damage. Okay, so can you go for next one, please? Therefore, this is very important. Important is less oxygen, and it will open up for the many medical research, where that we can cure, or we can do so much research work on this, because lack of oxygen is the one of the area, right? And we don't know, we don't know when this COVID is going to end. We may have to live with that. So very important, the lungs health. Now I can see, I visit our pulmonology department and all our hospitals. There are so much demand, so much increase in pulmonologist. Okay, even we have hired more pulmonology doctors, and if I can see more increase in the patients, right? That means people are more about their breath and lungs, right? We, of course, now the secondary diabetes, kidney, other things are now become more secondary now. Now we are more about our breath. Therefore, this is very important. Lack of oxygen is very important area. I'm sure if you slow down, if you work on this, definitely it works. Because see, I will just please see these slides. See, hibernators, after their hibernation, they came completely healthy. They really transformed. They really transformed. No tissue damage, no blood clot, right? Even for the meditators also. You see, meditation, after meditators, after meditation, they transform completely. Everything will change, right? So better rejuvenation process happens, right? Better reparative, it repairs, all cells repair very quickly. Therefore, it's very important we have to understand there are many research work they have done on bats that their insulin level has come down and they burn the fat. Okay, they have burned the fat. So therefore, this may open up for the obesity treatment, type 2 diabetes. Okay, so slow down is the key. Breathing very less is the key. It will open up for the many medical research, and it has got protective qualities. If you slow down the breath, if you reduce your heart rate, if you reduce your body temperature, metabolism, your neurons will show more resistance. It has more protection. It shows more protection. It will open up for the stroke therapy, brain damage for that, neurodegenerative disease and Alzheimer's disease. And that's why, slow down aging cells. That's why yogis, meditators, they really shows, their age is, they can improve their aging. So all this will open. So therefore, I request, even can you go for the next one, Buzz? Even NASA, American NASA, they are working on that. They are working on the hibernation. They have granted the money to work on hibernation for the space mission. Even for the astronauts, they are planning to send hibernated astronauts, because one of the challenges space research, space travel, it takes so much days to reach. So challenge is the food, challenge is the water. So if you take food and water, it gives so much wastage, right? And it may put more load on the spacecraft. So therefore, even NASA also working on same concept that hibernation. They are artificially inducing. They are creating the chamber, a hibernating chamber, so that they can slow down everything and they can stay with minimum food, minimum water. So these are all interesting areas. We can tell NASA that yoga can do this. You can do that. So therefore, my request, you can think of it, just my idea that we are focusing on postures, only 1 hour class, postures, breathing, that's all. Or maximum we'll go for three days meditation camp. But there is an area where at least 10-15 days we have to take few selected people, and idea is slowing down the breath. I know it is very difficult to do mudras, bandhas, breath holding, all this. It takes so many days, so many months to practice, to master. But we have to find some other way how we can slow down, how we can reduce our heart rate, and it may open so much, because many people are, I'm sure, really interested to transform their life. Really, their life will be completely transformed. They feel more relaxed, and it will open up for many things. That's all. Thank you.